Okay, so normally I don't talk about spoilers, but Boruto chapter 35 has been a long wait, and honestly, this is probably going to be one of the most important chapters of the Boruto story, and for Naruto fans, this is probably going to be something that you might want to check out, Boruto chapter 35. Again, I had to talk about the leaks. The full chapter, whenever it comes, we'll talk about that, but oh my gosh, the leaks alone, the images, and a little bit of the synopsis of what's going on. This is freaking crazy. Let's talk about it.
Whether Facebook, Twitter, or the two, make sure to steer clear, cause I'm coming through like...
So again, it's been a bit of a wait for Boruto chapter 35. I want to say we had a little bit of a break in between chapters or whatever, a month break, but we're back, and boy, this chapter alone, if you are a fan of elements from the 4th grade Shinobi War in terms of things like the Ten Tails and stuff like that, or Sage of Six Paths, his design at the very least, and a lot of those elements, this chapter is really blowing the door open. And I truly believe that they intentionally made this chapter big because of the big announcement that's happening with Boruto. And yeah, I'll talk about that in another video. But wow, this chapter. So based on what we get from the spoilers and leaks, it seems as though Sasuke goes to some sort of place, some temple, where the ghost of the YOOOOO return. So we get to see like Kaguya return, and we find out a big piece of information, which I'm kind of wondering, and again, when we get the full translations, we'll know for sure. But seemingly Kaguya wasn't alone when she initially came to Earth. So I'm starting to wonder, can we even really trust the info that we got regarding the anime fillers of her falling in love with that guy? I still think that that's canonical. I want to say they're going to connect all of that somehow with that filler arc of, Kaguya falling in love with a human and stuff like that. But we find out in this one that she didn't come to this planet alone. She came with somebody else. So now I'm starting to wonder, okay, how many more Otsutsuki are we going to see? And this is definitely prepping for a very big and nasty war. And it's about time we get the return of Sasuke, I'm not going to lie. And especially in a huge chapter like this, I think they wanted to pull out all the stops because we got Sasuke, we got the return of Tsunade, Boruto seeking out answers. But the biggest thing in this chapter that I wanted to talk about, especially when I saw it, I was like, okay, hold on. We see an image of the Ten Tails. The Ten Tails, which I think he has straightened teeth now. I don't know if that was a shot at the Sonic trailer or what, but it seems as though Jigen has an artificial, potentially, Ten Tails that he's going to use the vessels to create, but it seems as though he absorbs some of the Ten Tails, something along the lines of that, and now Jigen is turning into like Sage of Six Paths. It seems as though he has an even broader scale idea of he's possibly trying to use the technology somehow of the YOOOOO to benefit him and give him possibly, again, like that ultimate godlike power of some sort. But seeing the Ten Tails, bro, this is freaking getting crazy. The amount of strength that is going to take. It's a shame that this is called Boruto, so we're going to have the lesser shinobi like Boruto and them be involved, but man, it just really makes you wonder how they're going to be able to stop these people. Like, yo, it's going to have to come down to the older generation, but maybe karma is truly one of the only powerful enough ways to fight against them, and that's why Boruto is training. And again, it seems as though based on what we got with the description, that Sasuke is very, very putting, or shall I say, putting a lot of importance into, again, bringing this information to Boruto, because we know Boruto has that seal that somehow connects him to the Otsutsuki, especially in particular Momoshiki. And then when we see Jigen and he has all that chakra around him, we see a symbol of, it looks like a circle or a sphere, again, on his back. Maybe Jigen wants to use the power of the Otsutsuki to become an Otsutsuki, or become, maybe he looks at them as gods, because we see also that Sasuke is at the teleportation thing, this weird temple, whatever. This chapter, again, it's freaking crazy. So it seems as though the insertion of the Otsutsuki clan at the end of Naruto was 100% vital to the plot of Boruto, because moving forward, everything keeps going back to this alien race of, the Otsutsuki, and now Jigen and Kara are trying to use again that chakra. But having a Ten Tails, I'm still bugged out, bro. Do you realize, like, the whole Shinobi War was, one of the big things was the Ten Tails, and he has an artificial one, and he's just going to use, again, the vessel, the two vessels, Boruto and Kawaki, to create his ultimate goal, seemingly. Ten Tails, have you been a good boy? Wait a minute, it's early to eat. First complete the vessel. So it seems as though whatever this artificial, or if it's a real Ten Tails, if maybe he's been gathering all the chakra, because again, for the Otsutsuki, it wasn't that hard or difficult to get the tail beast, and to be honest with you, we haven't seen much of the tail beast. So has he possibly been collecting the chakra? Is it because he has collected from the Otsutsuki, and the Otsutsuki had that power in them? Remember, Momoshiki did gather a ton of chakra from the Biju, and it seems as though potentially we are prepping for a Sasuke versus Jigen battle, because wherever Sasuke's at, that temple, whatever, underneath it, there's an uproar. Under the stage where Sasuke is, appears a creature similar to the Ten Tails. So possibly within the next chapter, we can have Sasuke versus Jigen. That's how serious shit is getting, and that's going to be a huge plot and game changer. Again, I think this all ties into the marketing of Boruto and where it's going, but nonetheless, this is hands down one of the most exciting chapters. The fact that I'm talking about spoilers and rolls, I don't know if you guys would want me to do this moving forward, because if we're getting crazy hype shit like this, I would love to do this, because right now, I mean, down to, there's even interesting tidbits about Sakura, which, you know what I mean, for better or worse, whatever you can say about Sakura. One of the things that Sadala says, the seal that is on Boruto's hand and Kawaki's hand is the same seal that is on Sakura's forehead. Sadala says that, which, oh man, I love Sadala. Probably one of the best characters in this whole series, her Mitsuki. But she says that, and immediately now it starts making you think, okay, it goes back to Tsunade. So them going to Tsunade, whatever link the Otsutsuki have here, it's something to do with, again, the diamond pendant on Tsunade. I'm imagining as the series progresses even further, we're going to start finding out more lineage of who's connected to who. For all we know, maybe Tsunade really is Naruto's grandmother somehow in relation, but, and again, that's a side note. But just the fact of that, things is getting more interesting as it keeps going, and it's all coming back to karma, and it's all coming back to the Otsutsuki clan and their importance, and man, I don't know if Sasuke is ready for that. I mean, he's had a lot of years since the last fight against somebody of that caliber. But, well, no, actually, Momoshiki wasn't that long ago. I was referring to Kaguya when he was little or whatever. But he has, you know, enough to go against him, shall I say. But the thing about it is, if he has his 10 tails down there and he's been doing all this artificial thing, maybe Sasuke might take an L. Maybe this could be the beginning of the end. And it makes you wonder, which I have a couple of videos planned on this as well. What is it that Sasuke is seeking other than, is it just the Otsutsuki? Is it as simple as that? Or is there something more why a lot of these people, especially if you read some of the novels and stuff like that about Naruto, a lot of the people that were in that generation, Naruto's class or whatever, are off just like roaming, looking for something. What are they looking for? But I'm kind of curious what you guys think about all of this crazy hype for starters. Do you think that's an artificial 10 tails? How is Jigen creating this? Is Jigen just metamorphosis or a merger between machine and man? Or is he completely artificial? Is he a creation of Orochimaru? Every time I see his labs and stuff like that, it always takes me back to Orochimaru. And I did have a theory, and I'm still wondering if it could potentially be true. Maybe Orochimaru is Jigen. Maybe somehow he managed to split himself, or he's the original and real form of Orochimaru. I don't freaking know, but he is tapping into some crazy powers. What is your expectations? Do you think that Sasuke is ready to take on somebody of that caliber right now? Do you think Sasuke can actually take on somebody with the powers of a 10 tails on top of that, whatever else Jigen may have? This is freaking crazy. The Boruto manga right now, absolute fire. Your overall thoughts and expectations, I can't wait. I can't wait for the full chapter right now. These leaks is crazy. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit the bell to get all notifications, especially if you want to get notified on the updates on what's happening with the Borutoverse, Sage of Six Paths powers, 10 tails, all of this crazy shit returning in the Borutoverse, and on top of that, the karma stuff. Yeah, you might want to hit that bell. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links of course in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. Can't forget the music though. Hold on, let me play y'all a little something.
Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. For now it's whatever. One day I'll be your favorite for never.
No matter how you know.